my name is Crystal Niehoff, and I'm one of the co-managers of the PwC Hub. And joining me today is Julie McCammon, who is going to tell us about the executive networking groups and training workshops that you can find on the Hub. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So glad to have you here. Julie, one of the great features of the PwC Hub website is the material for training workshops. Would you tell us about these and what's available?
Well, I would be glad to, because this is my very favorite part of the Hub. This is a portion that I've been able to contribute to, and lots of my friends have created their own workshops. And the idea is just to create materials that we can put in the hands of leaders and make topics that are relevant to PwC. Basically, you see a need and write a workshop about it. And then the workshops put the information in interactive format, which is how people learn best. So it's basically a plug and play where anybody could pick it up and be able to facilitate that workshop.
Oh, how neat. And can you, off the top of your head, and I just kind of added this question in for you, what are some of the training workshops that are available? Can you name any of them? I know there's lots of them.
There's lots of them. There's a pretty wide variety. There's anything from PwC 101, which I wrote, and then a follow-on of PwC 201 by Katie Payne. Those are meant to train new boards and also can be used for the broader PwC body. We've got one on how science and Christianity fit together, so that's totally different genre. There's two on servant leadership, I believe, and just a wide variety. How to study the Word of God. I'm blanking. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff on there.
Oh, that is neat. So definitely go on to the Hub if you're looking for a training workshop and explore, because there's something that'll interest just about everybody, it sounds like.
So. Yeah, and I would suggest too to presidents or training coordinators that the workshops, the way they are, they're 60 to 90 minutes long, and that's not always practical. You don't always have that amount of time, but you can break them down into just one point. Like I have used workshops for training my board. I'm the president at Fort Bliss, and I just use one point for a board meeting. So it would take us maybe 20 minutes. And then the next board meeting, I would do point number 2. And it's been a really great way to train my board to have ongoing training, since we desperately need that in PwC, since we fire all of our leaders every year. That's what I like to say. We fire all our leaders worldwide. So we've got to be really intentional about leadership development.
Right. And that's the other neat thing about the materials that you can find on the Hub, is that you can tweak them. You know, nothing says that you have to follow exactly point for point. You can tweak them. You can add in or subtract material according to the needs of your board and your PwC. So that's a neat thing. And then right, right. And so the other neat thing that we have is PwC networking groups on Facebook for our executive board members, that each year when the new ones come in, that they can get connected. And so could you share with us some about that?
All right. So I'm currently on the president's Facebook page, since I'm serving in that role here. And it's just a place to connect with presidents around the world who are also serving this year. And there's not a specific format. It's just a place to share and to ask questions. And the topics are all over the map. So whatever that president is facing, where things have maybe gotten complicated or frustrating, and she can put on the president's page, hey, have any of you ever experienced this? And inevitably several have experienced the same thing, and then can give feedback. Yeah, we experienced that at our PWC too. Here's how we got around it, or whatever. Sometimes it's just encouragement where you've got a president that is tired or is facing personal struggles or family issues, and she is able to say, hey, I need some prayer. And then a whole bunch of PWC presidents will jump in there and just delight in praying for her and supporting her. So it's a cool group to be part of.
Right. And that's the one thing that I've noticed about the groups across the board, for the president, vice president of programs and spiritual life. And there's one for admin, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm missing one, I'm sure, but
finance. There should be one for finance, and then also the leadership selection team leader.
Right. And they're so supportive, because when you're serving in that capacity, whether you're at Fort Bliss or Fort Jackson, wherever you're at around the world, you're in the same boat with all the others that are serving too, and while our PWCs are each unique, we often share a lot of the same problems, and so you can get support from each other, lift each other up. It gives you the opportunity to minister to others as well, and to pray for them. And sometimes I've noticed that they'll share the different, about their programs and different ideas. It's a place to just really network and make some friends too. That I've made friends off of one of the networking groups that I'm still friends with 2 years after I served as president. So definitely get involved. And so how has connecting with other PWC presidents, which you're currently serving as, around the world been beneficial to you through our networking group?
Well, it is encouraging and fun to see what other people are doing and to hear the praise reports from around the world. That's encouraging to me, where, sometimes I tend to get in my own little world and I have such a narrow view. And so part of connecting with other presidents is to take my own blinders off and to see the bigger picture of what God is doing in PWC. And then when you connect with people online, you tend to start running into them in person at some point. And it's fun to have some rapport already and to have connections. And then if you don't know the person directly, chances are you have several friends that know them, where there's this interconnected network, like you say, where it just helps us to maybe come together more as a team and to be able to be of support in a greater network. I'm not a big Facebooker, but I am thankful for the support that's there when I need it.
Right. That's the neat thing I guess that's one of the neat things about Facebook and the day and age of social media, where sometimes we can feel, even, especially in the military community where we move so much, we can feel so disconnected. But with social media, there's ways to connect. And that's neat that the hub has made a way for the executive board members to connect with each other around the world. And so
it's really a lifeline.
Right.
It really is. It's so essential, since we just are local leaders and we don't have any higher leadership than that. So to have a way to be able to connect with each other is just essential.
That's so true. Well, Julie, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to share about the PWC Hub training resources and our networking groups available on Facebook. And I just thank you and for taking the time to join me.
Well, thank you for serving on the Hub, and for Lauren too, and for all that you both do for PWC around the world. You're treasures to us.
Thank you. It's a whole team.
Yay.
So thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.